Hi guys, I'm Michelle with the Recipe Bandit, and today we're going to be making a super easy slow cooker white chicken chili. This is a great one for a weeknight. I know I say that a lot, but really being able to throw things pretty much in the slow cooker and let it do the work for you, that's a great thing. This one, you can slow cook all day if you like. You can do it in 4 hours because we are using rotisserie chicken. So rotisserie chicken's already cooked, and we're using some frozen corn. So again, there's not anything that really needs to cook in here. It's just about putting the flavors together and letting them meld throughout the chili. So tonight, I needed something that's easy that people can come and go and grab as they please. We all have different schedules today, unfortunately. So somebody's working late and somebody's working early and somebody, so if you need something that you can just leave and people can come and take what they want, like even for a potluck or something instead of a regular family dinner, this is really a great choice. And it doesn't take a lot of weird ingredients. And we are going to fry up the onion and the garlic just a little bit before we put it in here, just because I like the flavor better. But that is really the only hands-on, other than dumping stuff into the crock pot, that you have to do. So let's talk really quick about what goes into this recipe and what you need to make this recipe. You're going to need a slow cooker. I have a bigger one and a smaller one, and I like the bigger one for this one because it gives me more surface area and makes it easier to stir. So because I've got so many different things that are bulky in here, I've got 2 cans of beans and corn and chicken, this just makes it easier to stir. If you have a smaller one, it will fit in the smaller one. Don't worry about it. I'm really messy sometimes. I'm trying not to be. All right, so for this recipe, what you're going to need, like we talked about already, is some rotisserie chicken or some cooked chicken. You need about 2 cups of cooked chicken. When we get Costco chickens, we will typically eat half of it and then the rest of it freeze. And this is a great use for that frozen chicken. But any sort of cooked chicken or even canned chicken would probably work, but I've never tried it, so can't really speak to it. You're also going to need a 1.5 to 2 cups of corn. You can use canned corn, and I guess I'd throw in 2 cans then. This is frozen corn. I actually prefer the frozen corn to the canned corn in this recipe. You're going to need a couple of cans of white cannellini beans or white kidney beans. Any sorts of beans will really work, but these ones, the cannellini beans, they have a nice texture. They don't break down in the slow cooker, and that's kind of important in chili, especially if there's leftovers and we want to freeze them or leave them for the next day. So 2 cans of white kidney beans. And then you're going to need some chicken broth. Chicken broth is going to bring it all together. You're going to need 4 cups or one of these little cartons to put in there with it. Cream cheese is going to give us that creamy flavor without it being too cream cheesy. I'm not a big fan of cream cheese or the flavor of cream cheese, and we are going to disguise this. You won't even be able to tell that there's cream cheese in here with all of the spices that we're going to use. This is a low-fat cream cheese. We're trying to watch things around here, so it's a little lower in fat, but you could use that Nougatel cheese, or you can use regular Philadelphia cream cheese, full fat, doesn't matter. You're also going to need some olive oil, an onion, and some garlic. This is the part that we are going to just brown up the onion, soften up the onion and the garlic in a little skillet before we add it to here, just because it makes the flavor a little nicer, less harsh. You'll need a can of diced green chilies. These are mild. You can use hot chilies if you wanted to. We try to keep this tamer and add our own spice just to keep everybody happy. Now for fresh stuff, you're going to need some cilantro if you choose to use it. You don't have to put it in. Some people don't like it. It tastes like soap. Don't put it in if it tastes like soap. Don't wreck it. But we like it in there, and we like to sprinkle a little on top when we serve. You'll need some lime juice, whether it be in a lime or a bottle, doesn't matter. You're going to need a little bit of lime juice. And your pantry seasonings that we have here are oregano, cumin, paprika, cayenne, coriander, and some kosher salt and pepper. So easy pantry staples in this recipe. I'm just going to prepare everything so we can get it all thrown into this crock pot and get it cooking. We're going to begin our recipe by heating the olive oil in a large high-sided skillet or a pot over medium-high heat. We are going to be adding the chicken broth into this skillet, so you want to make sure that everything's going to fit. We are going to add our onion, and we are going to cook it for about 4 minutes until it's softened. You are going to want to stir it occasionally. Once softened, you're going to add your garlic and stir it in and let it cook just until it's fragrant, about 60 seconds. Next up, we're going to add our chicken broth to the pot. And we'll add our green chilies. We will add our cumin, our paprika, oregano, coriander, our cayenne pepper, and our salt and pepper. We will stir to combine. We're going to heat this up on high until it comes to a boil, and then we'll reduce it down to simmer. Bringing the mixture to a boil will bring all of those flavors together. So now we're going to turn it down, and we are going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes. While we're waiting for the broth and all of those spices to blend together and simmer together and make our flavorful liquid, we're going to take a quick little shortcut. I've opened both cans of the beans, I have drained both cans of the beans, and I've dumped about half of 1 can or a cup of beans into this little food processor. I have stolen a 1/4 cup of the broth mixture. It's actually steaming. We're going to pour that into our little food processor. We're going to blend up these beans so that it'll help to thicken the chili by making this beanie broth mixture. So we're going to pulse this just a few times and make it all smooth, and then we're going to start putting things in the slow cooker because the broth is just about finished. All right, now all of our broth it smells so good, you guys. The chicken broth has been flavored with those spices, the onion, the garlic, and we're pouring it right into the slow cooker here. Now to this slow cooker, we are going to add the beans, the drained beans, the full can, and then the remainder of the half a can that we did not puree. We're also going to add in our pureed beans. Like I said, this will help to thicken up our chili. And it's just pureed beans. But this is nice because it makes it a lot less soupy and a lot more chili-ish. Okay, next up, we're going to put in our cream cheese. Now, normally if it's cold, like right out of the fridge, I'd cut it into pieces, but this is softened. So this is going to go into that broth. The broth, because it's hot and because the cream cheese is softened, it'll just dissolve. It'll melt right into that, and that'll be great. And finally, we're going to add in the corn. The corn is just going to go right in there. We are going to stir this. We are going to go ahead, and since we are just doing this in 4 hours, we're going to turn it on to high. We're going to let it cook for about 4 hours, stirring every so often when we come into the kitchen, not making a special trip. So we're going to cover it, stir it occasionally, and then about an hour before we serve it, we'll stir in our chicken, our rotisserie chicken, our cilantro, and our lime juice. And then we'll finish it up with some shredded cheese and avocado if we want to, a little extra cilantro on the top. But for right now, this is all ready. It's in the slow cooker. It's going to be cooking. And I'll come back and check on it periodically, and I'll show you guys as we do that. All right, it is time for us to check it, to stir it, and to add our remaining things. So you can see that the cream cheese has really all broken up. It's melted in, it's blending right in with our chicken broth. Now we are going to add our rotisserie chicken, lime juice, our cilantro if you're using it. And now we're just going to stir everything in. Our white chicken chili is almost done. Really, all it needs now is just for the chicken to heat through, and it is ready to serve. And it's starting to look just wonderful, you guys. I mean, look at that. Beans and corn, all of that stuff. So when we serve this, we can serve it with some shredded cheese. We can add additional cilantro or avocado on the top, some jalapenos if you prefer, or you can just eat it as is. It is delicious. It freezes beautifully, and it's a really great use for leftover rotisserie chicken. All right, so everything is ready. Everyone is hungry, and it's time to go ahead and serve our white chicken chili. So one of the nice things about this meal is that you can use as much rotisserie chicken as you want to. Like if you know that you have an extra hungry bunch, then you can go ahead and put extra chicken in it. And that's what I did. Today there's a little extra chicken in this white chicken chili, and I'm not making apologies for it. So you can add things to it. I like it adding a little bit of shredded cheese to the top, sometimes some avocado. Going to add a little bit of chopped cilantro today, and I have some jalapenos that I just sliced up there. So that's how my chili is gonna look tonight for me. Dipping bread in this, so good. Totally recommend that. Anyway, this is a great recipe. It uses up all sorts of things, and it freezes really nicely too. The recipe for this slow cooker white chicken chili can be found on our website at therecipebandit.com. It'll also be in the description to make it easier for you guys. I wanted to thank you guys for joining us today. And if you like what we're doing, please come back and see us again. Please like and subscribe. Click that little notification button so that you know when we put out new videos. We're trying for every Wednesday. I hope you will try this one. This one is an easy one, and it's just really delicious. Thanks, guys. See you soon.